Thank you so very much for being back, and if you just joined us, Enterprise Morning it is. Reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's move straight to our conversation for today. The All Progressive Congress, APC, and the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, have rejected a proposed United States bill recommending visa bans and asset freezes against the former Kano State Governor, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, and two Miyetti Allah groups over alleged religious freedom violations. The bill, titled Nigeria Religious Freedom and Accountability Act of 2026, was introduced in the United States House of Representatives and seeks sanctions under the Global Magnitsky Act. The APC argued that the sanctions based solely on allegations violate principles of democracy and due process. Its spokesperson, Bala Ibrahim, said the U.S. should not restrict Kwankwaso's freedom of movement without proper investigation, fair hearing, and substantiated evidence. The NNPP described the move as a political blackmail and expressed shock at Kwankwaso's inclusion. The party maintained that he has no links to religious extremism and urged proper investigation before conclusions are drawn. I have Emeka Madunago seated right here in the studios, and joining us still and with us is Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Thank you so very much, Barrister, for being back, and Emeka, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yes. So let's kickstart today, and I would love to start the show with Barrister. Barrister, what's your take on this? You know, you talked about politics playing in Nigeria, and politicians can go to all lengths to ensure that opposition is doesn't see the light of the day. President Bala Ibrahim did it, and his people, APC, did it against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan many years ago with Obama. What's your take on this? Do you see politics playing yet again, or is just coincidence?
No, I wouldn't say think politics in it, because bearing in mind that recently the U.S. has become interested, have been more interested in our security issue, and particularly the interest of the Christians in Nigeria. So probably because of that, I would not say probably their major interest or is about protection of Christians, not about Nigerians. It's about just particular. So in that regard, they are trying to achieve their objective, and that's why you see all the people that have been highlighted in that bill are people they see as fighting against Christians or promoting a violation of Christians' rights. So probably it's not about Nigerian politics. Probably it's about religious interests, as far as I'm concerned. So I will not say better. You cannot throw away the hand of politics in every thing that happens. Bearing in mind that recently we are told that the government of Nigeria pay $9 million to a group, DCI, to promote the country. So the same faith, they may likely say, okay, this is what we want you to do as well. So I wouldn't know. But you can't throw away politics into it. But for me, I'm seeing a religious sentiment in it, from the US in particular, because it's clearly stated by them. Even Trump said it. My interest is to protect Christians. He didn't say his interest is to protect Nigerians. So it's about promotion of protection of Christians. So for me, that the US have the right to label anybody they want to label as whatever they want to do. But what I'm not comfortable with, what I'm not satisfied with, is the excuse being given. The excuse they gave, or if you are giving that excuse, so many people's names should be there in that list. Shehu Gumi should be on that list if they are talking about people who are promoting legal violations. There's an allegation that what we call Boko Haram today was created by a particular person who is sitting is currently one of the top second in command today. Yes. His name is not there. So many other people who have been fingered in that. So I do not know exactly the particular case against Kwankwaso or Miyetti Allah to say this is the reason why they are classified as. The only thing I saw is general information, religious violation, and one of them is that Kwankwaso that he promoted Sharia. I do not see how promotion of Sharia is an attack against Christian rights. I do not see. Because you see, we are creating an unnecessary problem in Nigeria, because I would say lack of education and knowledge of what is Sharia. Sharia is an Islamic Arabic language, and it simply means Islamic law. In fact, and in Nigeria, when you talk about law in Nigeria, Islamic law is classified as part of the customary law in Nigeria. So if a government is promoting customary law in the state, let's not call it Sharia. It's promoting customary law in the state, and it's not doing it in violation of the right of anybody. In other words, see, if I ask you now to tell me how many cases from the courts have been decided by the court and say, look, we are punishing you for this because of Sharia law. What we have been seeing is people who are taking law into their hands, jungle justice. And that's what we are using as the yardstick to condemn people who introduce Sharia. The people who are killing people, who are doing just like what they do in some part of the country here, where somebody will be alleged of stealing tire, they will say, ole, ole, ole. They will put a tire on his neck and burn him. That's what we are seeing as Sharia causing crisis. It is not the Sharia that is causing crisis. It is the hooligans, the people who are taking advantage of the system to commit crime. So the person that introduced Sharia law did not say operate it illegally, take law into your hands and start enforcing it. No. So if I tell me 3, 5, 7 cases that have been decided in court and they say go and kill this man because he for blasphemy, I'm not sure we'll be able to count 3. Yeah. That they will say it was a court that says so. But most of the cases that you see is by people who are not state talk, what we call a talk. People who are taking law into their hands. So that cannot be a justification to say a system introduced by somebody that is backed by law. Because some people will come and say, no, are we not a secular state? The fact that somebody introduced a Sharia law does not mean it's creating that state as a Christian state. Like I said, go and Google it thereafter or wherever and see Nigerian legal system. Say Nigerian laws in Nigeria. What are the sources of law in Nigeria? They will put Islamic law. They will order customary law. They will tell you customary law. And when you say type of customary law in Nigeria, you will see Sharia in it. All right. So Sharia law is customary law. So it's like an ordinary customary law. If they change the name today from Sharia to customary law, and they are relying on the same format they are using, people will not condemn it. That name is what is giving that whatever, because people see Sharia law as a law that says go and kill people, go and bury people. No, I'm not aware that there's any law to that effect. So that's what they are relying on to say he initiated Sharia, he promoted Sharia law. How can promotion of Sharia law be an offense to say I'm promoting I'm causing violation against Christians? So for me, and like I said, I want to agree with them again. I'm not a supporter of anybody killing anybody or violation of religious rights. But when you are talking about, sorry, you classify somebody as a violation of religious rights. Have they been invited for questioning by the US for them to conclude? It's a mere allegation, and based on allegation, they are concluding it. All right. That's not the way to go. We are in a democratic system. Everybody has been alleged of an offense must be given an opportunity to defend himself. Oh, yeah, very well said. So they have the right to do whatever they want to do. They have the right to say, "Don't come to our country again. We ban you." They can do that, but the process must be free and fair. That's the only point I want to make. And there are so many names that should be, if they are using that statistics or criteria, so many names in Nigeria should be on that list.
All right, very well said. This is more like giving a dog a bad name just to hang it. We have countries in the world that have allowed for freedom of religious association and all, and they've had no problems whatsoever. But Emeka Emadnago, just like the barrister did say, if we are to go about the name calling the way it should be, there are lots of names that should be there that aren't there yet. So do we see politics playing yet again with respect to Kwankwaso? So remember his man just moved to the APC not quite long, and he is still adamant. So what's your take on this?
No, it has nothing to do with politics. I must let you know that there was a sequence of events. I think what caused it, if you go to Kwankwaso's timeline on X, formerly Twitter, on November 2, US President Donald Trump made a tweet where he spoke very strongly about religious extremism in Nigeria, attacks on Christians and all of that. I saw that tweet. Then later, because I work a lot with social media. Then later I now saw that Kwankwaso, zeroed in on the tweet and said,
his official handle.
Yes, Kwankwaso, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, now RMK, he always signs his tweets off as RMK. Okay. So he zeroed in and said it was wrong for Trump to have classified Nigeria the way he did, that instead Trump should, the United States should help Nigeria with sophisticated equipment, security equipment, military equipment, to tackle insecurity and all of that, that Nigeria is a sovereign nation and all of that. Good and fine. Now, President Bala Tinubu's special advisor on media, Bayo Onanuga, shared that.
Really?
He shared what Kwankwaso said. Then now, posted something by, praising Kwankwaso for supporting the Nigerian government stance and all of that. So, which was carried as a story by some papers, Daily Trust and others, the following day. I'm just giving you a sequence. Now, within that timeline of when, Kwankwaso responded to President Trump, U.S. Rep, Riley Moore, who has been one of the arrowheads of this Christian genocide thing, now attacked Kwankwaso. He fired back at Kwankwaso and called him a Sharia advocate, that during his time as governor, Sharia was passed into law, said all manner of, my phone is not here, said all manner of things,
But did he do that with an understanding of what Barrister did say, that it's customary courts?
No, I'm coming.
And all that?
I'm coming to something. I'm coming. Look, you are dealing with, you see, there are tendencies at play here. You see all of these things, Christian genocide and all that. There are tendencies that some of our politicians have not yet understood. Okay. There are far-right tendencies in the US. There are far-left tendencies. There are moderate tendencies. Right now, Donald Trump panders to the far-right tendencies. And these are the things they want to hear. Anything about Christianity.
Just to appease their...
Just drop anything about Christianity, because Trump is a politician now. He wants to retain his popularity. And by November, you're going to have the midterm elections, US midterm elections, in Congress and the Senate. So definitely, you must keep your base alive, by pushing narratives, that resonate with them. Okay. So you see, the $9 million thing that Barrister mentioned had nothing to do with the far right, because the lobbying firm didn't even go to the far right. You saw where they went to New York Times, yes, which is, leaning towards Democrats.
Fake media.
According to Trump. So far, it's only Fox News that's on the right. Okay. That any Nigerian, Tinubu's wife, President Tinubu's wife, Remi Tinubu, is not an official of the federal government. But let's say by association, somebody in the system, let me just call it like that, spoke to Fox. Now, Fox is on the right. And you saw what she said. She praised the USS rights and all that. So it looked like, maybe she had been told, look, this is our audience. So these are the values we subscribe to. So please, that's why she veered in that part. Remember, there was a show host who said she tried to reach him. And he turned her down. So these things are the tendencies which the Nigerian government... You see, the absence of an ambassador, a substantive ambassador to the US, is a big problem. Right now, it's not that many countries have turned down Nigeria's request to post those ambassadors, because they say, this is over 2 years, and you're going to 3 years. Why are you posting? What are they coming to do, at this time? So the absence of a substantive ambassador in the United States has led to issues about Nigeria just being decided freely without any diplomatic boots on the ground, quote unquote, to defend Nigeria. So now, in desperation, we now spend $9 million. Now tell me, would we have spent $9 million running if we had posted an ambassador? As at 2023, would we have spent $9 million by now on all these things demanding? So it shows you again the incompetence of the Tinubu administration. Reactive rather than proactive. We had to beg them to post ambassadors. It was when Donald Trump started calling Nigeria a disgraced country and all that, that they now suddenly woke up, and rushed a list. And even the people on the list how many of them are credible individuals that you can post to any country that can even say anything, you know, that resonates with them? Because that resonates with Nigeria's interest. Because look at it. When you post somebody to a country, the intelligence services will check the person's background. They will look at, now you see countries are not interested in social media handles. So they'll look at your social media handles. They'll look at everything. Is it the things some of these people tweet that will make them, will they be acceptable? So now, Kwankwaso unfortunately walked into a minefield.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, because I knew that when I read his response to Donald Trump's tweet, and then I now read what Riley Moore wrote, plus some other, you know, US politicians, you know, wrote, the way they frontally mentioned Kwankwaso as a Sharia promoter. See, let me tell you, when you're dealing with national politics, the words used matter. Framing matters. That's one thing, you know, we feel, a lot of us fail to understand in Nigeria. Framing matters. When Trump says now disgrace country, and some people are saying no, Nigeria is not a disgrace country. Look at what NNPP is saying, that they reject it. What power do you have to reject? What you can do is this. Look, if when, you know, it's a bill, yes, which is going to go through, yeah, you know, Congress. So if they hold a public hearing, Kwankwaso should hire some publicists, okay, to go to the public hearing. I've attended, in 2008, I attended a hearing, a public hearing, in the US Congress, you know, on the Iraq war. So some retired generals, US generals were there, you know, when it was part of, you know, a program, you know, so sponsored by the US Department of State then. So, of course, you go there and present your case. But staying here to say we reject this, we reject it, you're just wasting your time.
All right. So, Barrister, let's get back to you again, because everything falls on the table of the president at this point. Because if he had managed all of the issues that we have, I don't think we would have seen ourselves being called a disgraced nation. Do you think President Bala Tinubu can still resettle the tides? He is the captain of the ship called Nigeria now. Do you think he has that gusto, that dexterity to repurpose Nigeria such that we would be respected, our laws can be respected by external factors and many other things going on in the country?
Henry, before I go into that question, let me just say that let me follow up to what Mr. Maker said. You see, Mr. Maker said they should not stay here and condemn it. They should go there. How many people asked that visa to go there?
No, even Kwankwaso, not how many people. Kwankwaso.
Even Kwankwaso, if he's not invited, will he just go there and just enter their public hearing? That's why we're saying that it should be invited for fair hearing. Before you even declare me as or alleged me of a such offense and say my name will be published, you must have given me opportunity to defend it. Was that opportunity given? Well, we are just saying so because US. If anyone in Nigeria should do that against US now, and Salimor, you have been cited for clinical without any trial, without any fair hearing, and then you said, no, you see, the US is just taking things. You have said it. It was just because of his reaction to the US declaration of consigned what do you call it? CPC.
Yes.
So that he was not the only person who reacted. So many people reacted in that manner. That look, rather than this and that. So it was that reaction that like I said, if you are looking at people who are supporting criminality in Nigeria, so Kano State be the only one that you finger. Was that no allegation against somebody who started Boko Haram? Is Boko Haram not a well-known terrorist in Nigeria? As that promoter, as that person been named as promoter, has been alleged or put in that list to say, look, he started it. So how can it only be Kwankwaso? When say Ugumi of all people, he's not even on the list that has been romancing and talking about as a PRO to these people. He was not mentioned. So for you to know that there is something behind it. It may not be politics, it may be something else, maybe because of just his reaction. So they are not being fair. That's what I'm making. I'm not saying and saying because he promoted Sharia How can promotion of Sharia be an offense when it's all in line with the law?
No,
When the law
sorry, barrister. Barrister, I need to let you know right now that Sharia is a hotly contested topic in the United States right now. Because there are some Islamic clerics in the US, in some states in the US, who actually came out to say they will ensure that Sharia is implemented in the United States. And that got, that became a serious talking point, And then if you look at what this US rep, Ihan Omar from Somalia has been doing, what she's been saying, about the establishment, about, Islamic religion being fully established in the US. So all of this is, remember I said something, that the far right is, the far right is where these issues are, it's where the main debate is. That this thing is just pandering to the far right. So when you say labeling Kwankwaso is not fair, look, please take it off from where these people are taking it off. They are not looking at whether it is white or black. They are looking at the fact that there was a point when Sharia law was passed in Kano. And they are now tying things together. Whether it's fair or not is another conversation.
All right.
We cannot just say because it's US and whatever they look at it, we just say they are right or they are looking at it very well. No, well, I'm educating them. If they don't know, that's what I'm saying. And for those who don't know, that Sharia law is not an offense. It's not a crime in Nigeria. Implementing Sharia law or promoting Sharia law is not an offense. It's not crime because it's recognized by our law.
Yeah.
It's a customary law. It's like saying customary law in Lagos State or whatever state that we are, we should cancel it. That's what we're saying. The Sharia is just an Arabic name. It's not an Arabic name. It's just Sharia because it's being based on principle of in the Quran. That's why they say Sharia. So it's a customary and it's not imposed on everybody. It's for Muslims who believe in it. So if it's being imposed and said compulsorily in this state, everybody must be bound by Sharia. That's why you say it's a crime. That is going beyond.
But former Communication Minister Adebayo Shitu said recently that if he becomes governor, Sharia will be imposed on Oyo State, and that is another issue. So the thing is this: I get what you are saying, but there are some people. There are public comments. Are causing this problem.
If Adebayo is saying it, if that bill is passed by the House of Assembly, it's not an offense. It's not bad.
So, but do you consider the consequences, the political consequences?
That you say there's something wrong. If it's passed by the Assembly, you cannot say, and he's implementing it, you cannot say he has done anything wrong. So if he's proposing it, and the Assembly said no, so and he's forcing it, that's when it would become an issue. But because it's been passed, it's a bill, and the law allows you to promote it. So how is that? How is US now seeing that as an offense? I see that discrimination against Muslims. That's where I see it.
All right.
That's where I see it.
Yes, but Barrister.
Yes, US is clearly telling us when they are talking about our insecurity, they are not saying they are killing Nigerians. They say they are killing Christians and we'll do everything to protect them. So Muslims should be killed. Say Muslims should be killed. Is that what they are saying? So for me, it's about religion. They are just promoting religion. They are not being fair. And the promotion of Sharia is this, Sharia is that. It's not being painted in bad faith because of lack of knowledge of what Sharia is. Right. Or because of some people who are trying to create that sentiment to make Sharia look like a bad thing. It's not bad.
All right, so, but Barrister, yes, I would love to ask you this. It's often said that when the walls are cracked open, you give opportunity for rodents, reptiles to come in. All of this never happened in the past administration, from Olusegun Obasanjo to Yar'Adua to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to Muhammad Buhari. Why now? Why now? Does that mean that President Bala Tinubu lacked that grace to really govern a country like Nigeria? Do we point the fingers at him at this point?
You see, if you trace the issue of why US is most concerned about our killing in Nigeria today, it's not because it was because they said some Christian petitioned them. So and he said he's going to defend Christians. So he's acting based on the petition by Christians. It's not because the US on his own said to say, look, we have seen this, we are not going to do this, we are investigating this. But because he said some Christian Nigerians petitioned them, and it's been like this. Some people have been trying to create hate within the religions in the country by trying to promote one religion or condemn one religion or try to attribute every crime to one religion. If Mr.
Barrister, you are twisting issues here. With due respect, you are twisting issues. No, you are twisting issues. Let me tell you, there's religious extremism. People have been killed. Communities, Christian communities in Plateau, Benue, Taraba, they've been destroyed and renamed. So please, you are not. Look, let me tell you, you are not a promoter of religious extremism. Don't try to color issues. You are not trying to make it look like it's between Christians and Muslims. No,
yes,
it has nothing to do with that. It is extremism. The US has been talking of religious extremism. They've been talking of religious extremism. Please let us not try to, please don't try to color the issues at all.
You're not twisting it.
No, you are the one.
No. So
you're the one twisting it. You're twisting it.
I think that at this point, because we all agree. Yes, Barrister.
They are talking about Islamic religion. People are practicing Islamic. They are not talking about extremists. They are talking about Muslims.
They are talking about extremists. Extremists. The terrorists killing people are extremists. The terrorists killing people are extremists. Those who stole Deborah in the Federal College of Education in Sokoto, were they not extremists? Were they not extremists? Were they Christians? Were they not Muslims? What are we talking about?
Yes,
so what are we talking about?
I understand that the temperature is actually high.
What are we talking about? No.
Yes,
Condemn religious extremism. Don't try to drag Muslims into it or Christians into it. No, I would not accept that.
All right. Yes.
I'm not disputing the fact that we have extremists. Yes. I'm saying we are not sent by Muslims because when it happened, you not say people who are killing people in Lagos for jungle justice. You do call them
no, the issue is not about Lagos. No, Barrister, no. Let's not play that. Yeah. This is deflecting. You are deflecting from the issue. We know the issue. We know where the problems are.
Yes.
It's not about Lagos. No. It's not jungle justice. It's not mob justice.
Are you aware that you can in Plateau State, somebody may be Muhammad and Ibrahim and it's not a Muslim? So now somebody say Allah or say it doesn't mean it's a Muslim.
The people who have been killing people, causing problems, they are known. Their religion is known. There is no controversy about it.
I think that at this point, yes.
By Muslim, that's the point I'm asking. Why they say by Muslim for you to say it's Muslims that are doing it?
Well,
why they say by Muslims?
The extremists are Muslims.
Yes,
the extremists are Muslims. The terrorists who are doing this, you know the religion they are.
Well, I
whether they are killing Christians or Muslims.
I think at this point, I would have to.
Instead of killing Muslims in US, when people are killing in US, do they call them?
That is not the issue.
Well,
that's not the issue.
I think
that's not the issue. That you are deflecting. That's not the issue.
Emeka, I am the moderator here.
That's not the issue.
I am the moderator here, and I think that at this point,
I will not accept it. I will not accept it.
Yes, very well said, Barrister. Well,
Muslims are killing. I will not accept it.
Yes.
So that.
Yes, very well said.
Yes,
Emeka,
the terrorists killing people. Who are they?
Well, I think.
Who are they? Tell me who they are.
Emeka, I think at this point.
Who are the terrorists? Answer. Who are the terrorists?
Well, I think at this
point. Who are the terrorists?
At this point, ladies.
Who are the terrorists? Yesterday they invaded a church, kidnapped a catechist, his pregnant wife, and who are they?
Emeka,
they kidnap people in Kaduna.
All right,
they kidnap people in Kwara and
Emeka, who are they? Emeka, I think we have to.
Who are they?
They are Muslims.
Yes.
They keep people in Kwara. They are all Muslims.
Well, Barrister.
Do you know them? Are you affiliated with them? Why are you defending them?
Well, I think at this point.
I'm correcting the wrong impression. I'm not defending them. I'm correcting the wrong impression.
You are defending them.
Say Muslims are killing. Say criminals are killing. People who are extremists are killing. Don't say Muslims are killing. If you are saying Muslims are killing, you are putting me as part of it. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I think this is more like I think this is more like a misunderstanding here, because what we are actually yearning for is greatness for Nigeria. If anyone is killed, no one has the right to end the life of anyone, no matter where it is coming from. You know, this is why we talk about good leadership, good governance. If we have good governance at the center, we won't be having all of these issues. We won't be bickering amongst ourselves. Nigeria is one. No matter where we come from, we are one. I am from the southeast of Nigeria. I was born in the northern part of Nigeria. I went to an Islamic school in my primary school days. I understand the religion. I enjoy it. I value it. That is the feelings of everyone. That is where we're coming from. And what we need in this country is unity in diversity. Unfortunately, politicians have found a way to, sow seeds of discord amongst us, and little wonder you see us bicker, which is so unnecessary at this point. Well, a barrister, I'd love to say, yes.
Not only politicians, even Nigerians. They all say people are killing, criminals are killing people. They will say Muslims are killing people. How can you say Muslims are killing people?
All right. So we have to call it go. We are short of time, Barrister. Thank you so very much. We are short of time because we have other programs that would run in a bit, and I would love to say thank you to both gentlemen. I understand the feelings. The love for Nigeria is there. The love to see a working Nigeria is there, where we would live in harmony. When we go to the marketplace, the big question is we do not select who will pay to. Money, the Naira does not select whom it goes to. And which is why I think all of this is so unnecessary. What we need is a working Nigeria, a place where all Nigerians can call home and we can shake hands with one another. Our children can go to the same school and be loved by one another. That's what we need, and that is the most important thing. Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for being here. We truly do appreciate you. And we have to call it a wrap. Please do well to follow us. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally log in at Enterprise TV7 to download and share if you may. My name is Henry Kubik. Have yourself a splendid day. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. And may Nigeria be great again. Bye-bye.